The Skarrd are a bunch of mutant cannibal freaks that have basically thrown away any vestiges of humanity that they had left in an effort to survive the wastelands of Samaria. They have thrown themselves into, this feral, bestial nature to the point where they actually have turned into, over time, a new culture, almost a new subspecies of humanity. Collectively known as the Banis, they are these tribal barbarians that worship various different ways on how to evolve one's self to survive in the hellish landscape of Samaria. The Skarrd collectively have when you talk about the actual factions themselves, they've got an unaligned, or the Scarred Horde, that all of the subfactions get to use, or you can just play those by themselves. And that includes all kinds of different add-ons, different monsters, from the lowly huntsman bolas all the way up to the cybernetic monstrosity that's the Abomination. All of these things can work with the various Skarrd cult subfactions, but you could easily put these guys in the field by themselves and just say, I'm playing the Scarred Horde, and they can handle their own easily enough. The different Skarrd cults, each cult is based off of the way that they've chosen to evolve and survive in the wasteland. Starting with the Blood Cult, led by Father Mayhem, a sadistic swordsman that learned over time how to be the most brutal killer he could be. The Blood Cult are focused on pain and suffering, and if I've done it to myself, the world can't do it to me. It is all about basically evolution through pain. The Toxic Cult, in the same vein, takes the theory of if you just imbibe just a little bit of snake venom every day, that you'll eventually be immune to that snake's bite. They take that and exponentially increase it. They put themselves through every poison, disease, toxin, venom that they can possibly imagine, and those that don't make it, well, obviously they shouldn't have survived anyway, but those that do make it, that they evolve past the idea of the envenomation within them, they really are a scary force that is drawn in by the ability to just debilitate everything around them. The Cult of Metamorphosis, originally formed by a former Forsaken saint, Father Johann. He designed his cult based off of a forced evolution of, if we can force your body and change your body and replace the meat with machine, then we will turn you into something that can survive in this wasteland. So it is actually forced evolution through grafting, the science of replacing body parts with tools and mechanisms. The Cult of Metamorphosis is completely reliant on technology, and they actually feel the ebb and flow of the electromagnetic pulses that machines give off, and they can strengthen themselves or weaken others based off of what kind of machines are around them, and the mishaps that happen when technology goes bad. And then finally we have the Cult of Decay. The Cult of Decay is a collection of, for lack of a better term, necromancers. They actually fill the deceased with this psychogenic sensitive mold that allows them to raise these bodies and bring them out into battle. They're the masters of entropy. They basically bring death and, as the name suggests, decay to anyone that gets too close to them. And led by the sinister Mother Blazon, the only tribal mother that we currently have in the line, she allows some of these unliving hordes to just rush forward, and if they don't bring you down by the weight of arms, sometimes they'll bring you down by when they explode, this necrotic filth flowing all over you. The Cult of Decay has some of the most individually scary sculpts and models in the game, both game terms and the actual graphic model that you get to see. The Skarrd collectively, all of them, have access to psychogenics. Psychogenics are spells that technically it's the evolution that has unlocked these mystic or psychic properties within their person, almost like mutant gifts or mutant powers. So no matter how you bring the Skarrd to the table, they're going to have all kinds of tricks and all kinds of sinister things to do to lay their opponents out and hopefully get a meal afterwards.